turn on all my lights. This is Nicki Sun from TechNicki speaking, here with a gear recommendation. A wireless microphone system that not only plugs into your camera, but also to your phone and computer. What do you think?
That's dope!
You're zooming in on me. And at the same time, I have no director or cameraman.
Right now, you're like Asian Daenerys in my mind.
I've always been the mother of cameras.
I love technology. When other women see us in front of the camera, they're inspired to do it too.
This has been Nicki Sun with Gals and Gear at NAB Show Live.
Nicki is an amazing entrepreneur slash content creator slash female director slash cinematographer slash Asian ambassador.
She's talking about choosing the right camera for the job.
Woo!
Definitely. She's amazing.
That was it for this episode of TechNicki Speaking. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hey. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of TechNicki Speaking Live with Nicki Sun. I'm your host, Nicki Sun. It's so good to see you all for another weekly tech talk, but this is going to be a little different. As you can see, or maybe can't see, I'm not wearing makeup right now, and the reason is for the podcast that we launched, Messy Sexy Me. Again, let me show you the Instagram page. And as you can see, I have special things that I'll describe later on. But this was a magazine cover shot by the incredible David Lee. And he had his birthday last week, which if you came to my show last week, you know it was like this Greek goddess and gods themed party in which our magazine cover got revealed. So I'm just gonna talk about that. And then on our episode that we launched today in collaboration with the content, Jesse, Quincy, and I talked about our beauty must-haves. We know it's all about inner beauty, but it's also like the outer beauty parts too that help us make the inner beauty shine as well. And we all went around talking about our must-have beauty products that if we were in a rush, this is what we use. If we want to do all out, this is what we do. And I figured, why don't I create an entire list? So if you listen to the podcast already, it's episode 9 for messysexyme.com. I created a playlist on my Amazon shop page. So anytime we talk about any products now that's also available on Amazon, it will all be listed in my Messy Sexy Me playlist page on my Amazon shop. So if you go here, for instance, let me figure out if I can do this. Yes, so my page on here, if you go down to my idea list, you'll be able to see a Messy Sexy Me idea list, and everything that I'm talking about is going to be in that list after today. Okay. All right, let me see too. I'm going to make sure, because I'm also streaming on YouTube and also Facebook, so I'm just gonna make sure that these are going up as well. Hello, Dawn. Nice to see you in the chat. Alrighty, cool. So first things first, we will still talk about tech because after all, this podcast is created with so much awesome gear, and we have to thank one of our gear sponsors, Tascam, for hooking us up with a Mixcast 4 station, a bundle set with the TM70 microphones, the headphones, the mic arms, everything. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Mixcast first. So the thing that I have selected, again, if you're viewing on your phone, everything that I'm talking about is listed below the video on your phone. And if you're watching on a bigger screen or a desktop, computer monitor, it'll be located on the left side of your screen. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So the Tascam Mixcast 4 is the one I'm selecting right now. That's if you just want to get the Mixcast, the studio by itself. So if you already have XLR microphones and you also have the XLR cables, you don't need the microphones, you can truly just get the Mixcast for podcast system yourself. But this is what the Messy Sexy Me podcast ladies and I utilize when we record every Wednesday, and we put out a new episode every Tuesday. So this has been really, really wonderful to bring out the Mixcast 4, and the ladies and I are all empowered. We all know how to like set it up. It's just been so cool because as the tech advisor of the podcast, there's nothing more rewarding than showing other people how to do something and they feel empowered enough that I don't even have to be in the room anymore. Like it'll be set up and everything's good to go, and all I gotta do is turn this Mixcast 4 on and press play. But I do believe in the whole, like, if you teach somebody how to fish, you can feed them for a lifetime, right? So that's what I love about technology, is that you can teach somebody how to set up things if there's a genuine curiosity and a thirst to learn. I want to be that person that hopefully allows other people and empowers other people to be comfortable with tech. So, hi Manny. Manny just tuned in on YouTube. Oh, thank you. He says, not here for long, but wanted to say hi and give a like for you. Oh, cool. The Yellow Box Pro, which is the encoder that I'm utilizing right now, actually shows emojis now. It didn't do that before. It literally would say like colon, and then like hug, colon. And then I'd have to look back on YouTube later to see like what exactly was sent. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube and Facebook, hello. I will say the most optimal way of viewing my live streams, however, is on Amazon. Just because you can actually see the products that I'm selecting on the screen as well. So you don't have to guess like, what are you talking about? Like the carousel products actually come up on the screen below. But so we use the Mixcast 4. And then if you wanted to just get the separate mics, let's say you have a different podcast system, you can still utilize Tascam mics for your podcast production. We utilize a Tascam dynamic microphone mic. I believe it's the TM70. It's the one listed in my carousel as well. And then I wanted to show you the Tascam TM-AM2, which is the arm, we call it like the little boom arm or the articulating arm that allows you to bend the mic to be placed in front of you. You can do it from above, you can do it from below, you can put it on a bench. We actually don't use those as much anymore because we realize in the small place that we record, in the smaller room, it's actually, the sound quality is just as good without the arms right here. So we've adjusted things in the room to be able to fly and do our podcast without the arm, but it's there if you want to have it as an option. It's also a great visual if you are also video recording your podcast. It does give you that, oh, this is professional. And then we have the Tascam TH05 monitoring headphones that as well. So while we're talking, we all have our headphones on so then we could hear. And then for me, since I'm mixing and adjusting the volume as we go, I'm able to also see if I need to bring down the level. So that's what I love about the Mixcast 4 is you can see the audio waves on the podcast device, but then you're also able to adjust it, like sliding it down in real time. It's not like those buttons that you press. And you know, if you want something a little bit more professional, this is definitely the kit that's also very colorful and it's very fun to utilize, and there's sound effects, and you can record straight directly to an SD card, or you can hook it up to your computer via USB-C mic or cord that's included in it. So that's kind of how we do it. But let's say you want everything, the exact Mixcast 4 system that we have, I included it as well. So they do have it in a solo, a duo, and also a 4-pack. They don't have a 3, but we realized we got the 4 because we intend to have guests on our podcast eventually. But right now, since there's 3 of us, the Mixcast 4 with the 4 bundle is great. Included in the bundle, not only do you get the Mixcast 4, which is the entire like device that you can record your podcast directly on, you get 4 mics, 4 XLR cables, you get 4 headphones, and then you also get 4 bass stands. So you're able to put your mic on a table. So you got a little table mic there going for you. So I really, really like that it comes with everything that you need to start a podcast. So if you've always been interested to start your own podcast, I would say the Tascam Mixcast 4 bundle has been incredible. It's everything you need. You don't have to buy anything additional. They include everything for you to start your own podcast. So I've been getting asked a lot of questions since starting our podcast, like what gear do you use? How do you do it? Like, I also know a lot of software that you can utilize as well to make your life so much easier. And I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm here to share, help everyone feel empowered and learn more about what you might need to start your very own podcast. So please check out our podcast. It's Messy Sexy Me. And you can find us on all major streaming podcasting platforms. I'm talking about Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music. We're also available on our website, messysexyme.com, in case you don't have any of those podcasting platforms. But word on the street is you probably will have something like that. So if you don't have the apps for those, you can always listen to our podcast on our website, messysexyme.com. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Just Simba John just started following. Appreciate you. Thank you for following. I really, really appreciate you. Okay, so now that I've talked about that tech, and normally this is a highly tech show, but for the sake of me being barefaced and having a very interesting background, I figure it's time to jump into the part where we're talking about something a little different that also comes with the territory of being an on-camera host, right? So being on camera, I've learned that I like to share authentically who I am. I want to be transparent, and if anything I could do to help you, not only in technology, but also like for my fellow on-camera presenters, what you actually need or bare minimum that you need to be okay to present on camera. And I used to think it's still very brave. It's really sad because in this day and age, it's still kind of brave for people to like not wear makeup on camera. And I kind of want to like end that stigma by showing you what I do on live time. So I hope you guys are okay with that. And oh, cool. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Jess goes, awesome. You're new. This is awesome. Thank you for your words and wisdom. Love your energy. Aw, hi, Richard. Richard says, hello, Nikki. Love the posters behind you. Again, I say all the comments and appreciate every single follower, because once the chat ends, the chat disappears, right? So I sometimes like to say it so I can immortalize your words and your comments and your energy and your love in this live stream. So when people replay it back, or when I replay it back, I remember who was here and who gave me so much love. So thank you so much. Again, I go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Amazon, on YouTube, and on Facebook. But if all else fails, I always try to go on Amazon as the preferred for the live stream, because since this is a show primarily for Amazon, definitely consider, if you have an Amazon profile, hit that follow button. It's totally free. I'm trying to like boost my following so I can become an A-list host, which means I can be on the main page of Amazon. So in the meantime, if you're new, hit the follow button, help your girl out. There's a star button at the bottom right corner too. You can feel free to smash it as many times as you want throughout the stream. I don't know exactly what it does, but I imagine it allows other people to find my stream and they know that it's a live stream worth watching. So yeah, let's get into the beauty part of my stream today. So behind me, last week, if you were here in the live stream, you saw that I got a whole bunch of gold leaf crowns because last week was a Greek themed party. And I got that gold crown from Amazon. It came in a day and it saved me because I didn't know we were gonna do a gold leaf crown themed with the whole Greek goddess kind of vibe. So we did that. And at this party, our magazine cover was revealed. So I just want to show you. So this is us. I know I talk about our podcast a lot, but you might not even know what these beautiful ladies look like. But this is our first magazine cover, David's Guide. And let me put this down right here. And this is backwards. This is me, Quincy, and Jessie. And this is our podcast, Messy Sexy Me. It is so cool to have our first magazine cover ever. And we just started this podcast literally on like June 7th was when we launched, and it's what, July 26th today. So I'm just incredibly proud of how hard we've worked in a short amount of time, and also be selected to have a cover of a magazine. And it's so cool. It's kind of like our first review, but David Guy said the hottest new podcast, you know? So that's pretty cool to feel like we're the hottest new podcast. But yeah, that's our magazine cover. I couldn't be more proud. Again, like just to not have a podcast literally 3 months ago, to talk about how to start one, to get Tascam on board as a gear sponsor, to research all the software of what's needed to create this podcast, and to create content in a way that is such high quality and high caliber. Like, I could not be more proud of Quincy, Jesse, and I for embarking on this journey together, because there's a lot of trust and love and a safe space that needs to be created to share what we talk about, because we talk about basically anything on life, love, relationships, and it's definitely a different side of me. It's the most vulnerable I've been in any platform, because, as you know, I talk about tech a lot of the times, but I do have another side of my life, which is it's very entrepreneurial, but it's also on just everyday relationships and how everybody can just up and 10x their life in all different aspects of your life. So, okay, so I had one too, but I'll just show you. This one, we each got an individual photo as well, and they printed out this big poster with my name on it too. Probably not gonna frame this one, because I don't really fancy putting photos of myself up in my house, but I definitely want to frame this one. So this will be framed. This one I will give it away maybe. I don't know if you want it, but like, this was me with makeup, and I'm gonna talk about all the things and all the products we use that are on Amazon that I use for today. So I figure I'd do a lifetime example of what I use for my face, because today's episode that released, episode 9, was about all our beauty products that we utilize, and I just thought I'd start from scratch. So first things first, let me clip back my hair, and you know what? Before you start makeup, you want to be able to wash your hands, right? I just touched a whole bunch of things. I'm touching my face, so I am going to wash my hands really quick. You can probably hear me because I have the Ceramonic Blink 500 Pro system, and this is a wireless lavalier, if you couldn't tell by now. I keep it out in the open because I want you to be able to see what I utilize. But yeah, you'll still be able to hear me, but I'm gonna go and wash my hands really quickly. Alrighty. And then I need to get a hair clip because I want to get my hair out my face. Alrighty, so, alright, let me get a hair clip. Alrighty, I'm back. Did you miss me? Okay, so let me put my hair back a little bit. I have a little mirror, but I'm like, this is gonna be interesting because I don't really have a mirror, and I'm using kind of like this area as a mirror, is like using my screen. So I always clip my hair back because you want to be clean with that. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do first is, the first thing I like to do is, let's put on this thing. So I literally just got this last week. I'm going to talk about all my favorite products because I actually have them on hand. It wouldn't be fair to talk about Jesse and Quincy's products that they use because I don't have them, although they're very much on my wish list because we all use different things. We all have different skin types, skin tones, and so something that works for me might not work for you, but I have very, very sensitive skin, so usually I need to have things that don't have fragrance in it. It can irritate my skin. I can't really wear perfume because it will set me off on a sneezing frenzy, and then sometimes my skin will break out in hives. So I try to just be as organic, natural as possible in this day and age, because a lot of this stuff is probably not even approved by FDA. So I just try to get as most recommended products, lots of reviews, and then I try it, and if it doesn't break out my skin, then I'm like, ooh, I like that, because I actually break out a lot with my skin if I use different products or it's too much like ingredients in it. I'm like, I can't even pronounce half of these things. So I use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This is available on Amazon, but this is gonna be a very hydrating gel. I can't even pronounce what this is, hyaluronic acid. That's apparently on like a lot of moisturizers now, but I have been trying to find a nice hydrating moisturizer that I can utilize at day and at night. So the first thing I put on would be the Hydro Boost water gel. Then I can go to bed and I feel like I have like a water face mask in a way. And in the morning, I wash my face, use a little toner, and then put this on immediately afterwards as my go-to moisturizer now. So yeah, let's do it, yeah? Okay, so this is my face, usually after you wash it, right? And then I'm gonna put the Neutrogena Hydro Boost on. You guys, this is so different. I'm doing it in real time for you. I will say though, I had the most fun doing things in real time. Like the last time I cooked, right? So it looks like that on the inside. And I just dip my ring finger in here, and I just will put it on my face. I put very little, like just enough to give my face like a thin mask. And then, hi Heidi, thank you so much. Heidi Shay started following. Lisa, you say check your Instagram. Yes, like I can also do video inquiries if you send an email. My email is listed in my bio, so I can entertain serious business inquiries if I get emails. I don't do straight Instagram stuff. So just a heads up. For those of you who are watching, you're like, I want you to review my products. I'm like, yes, please send me an email. That would be preferred so I don't lose it. So, hi Heidi. Heidi says hello. That's so awesome. All right, so I just put on this hydrogel. As you can see, I just put like very little. I dabbed my finger like once or twice and then just put a little bit, and then it spreads pretty easily. It's a little thicker, but it's really nice and relaxing because it just glides on. But this is a super hydrating water gel, and as you can see, my face is a little like shiny because it's just on my face now, right? So throughout the day, I like to keep in the moisture, but you also need to have sunscreen because you don't want to get skin damage, because I'm trying to reverse skin damage now, and I'm actually finding that wearing less is more, and I just try to find just the products I absolutely need. Also, it makes my daily routine so much faster and easier when I don't have so many products. But if you have the right products though, you can literally like divide your time in half when it comes to like getting ready, right? So that was the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel. So I always start after washing my face and with Cetaphil. I didn't put that in there, but I wash my face with Cetaphil face cleanser. It's not very, you know, it's for sensitive skin that I have very sensitive skin. So I like Cetaphil has been my thing. Facial cleanser by Cetaphil. Wash my face with that. I pat dry it, make sure it's dry. I use a little toner. Sometimes I use the free products that I get. So when I went to the Grammys, I got this gift bag from Buy One. Was it? I have to remember the name. But I'm using their toner right now. And then after I use a toner, I put this directly on. Now it's kind of like, well, I put the moisturizer on. Now what do I do to go out? So I always do sunscreen. So the next thing that I look at is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. This was a highly popular recommended sunscreen, especially if those of you who just want to wear sunscreen need a higher SPF. This is SPF 40, but the thing I love about it is It's not oily, and it also acts as a primer. So if you're gonna wear makeup and you still need sunscreen when you wear makeup, it's just when you put makeup over your sunscreen, it can feel very heavy sometimes. It's like you're wearing layers and layers of just things that may not be good for your skin. It just feels like cakey and heavy, and I like to be as light as possible. So after my moisturizer, I'm probably gonna have to dab it like this because I actually am running out of this, but I absolutely love it. I've tried so many facial sunscreens before, and I have always had issues with either the scent of it or like they're really, really expensive. And the thing about facial sunscreens is very specific. And if you're sharing with somebody or a partner or your girlfriend or your boyfriend and they're utilizing it like liberally, I'm like, no, you just need like a little dime size or not even a half a dime size of product to put all over your face. As you can see, like, this is definitely the holy grail for me of sunscreen that also acts as a primer as well. So I love it. Star started following. That's so cool. Man, now I want to put an emoji in my name. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to have to see how I can do that because right now I think I just say Nicki Sun Media and I've been just trying to change it to Nicki Sun, but I think I have a special thing that I can't do it right. So this is the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. They also have this one that I want to try too where it's a powdered sunscreen. So if you want to reapply sunscreen over your makeup, it's this dusted SPF powder that comes in this cute capsule that you can just dust it on your face, right? But I don't have that yet. But this is the Unseen sunscreen, SPF 40, broad spectrum. It's water and sweat resistant for 40 minutes. I'm just gonna read you the back because if those of you who are looking to get it and don't have all the instructions in front of you, this is what I'm here for. So first of all, it's clean chemical sunscreen actives. It's reef safe. So for those of you who are also trying to protect the environment as well and making sure that you're not damaging the reef when you are using the sunscreen product, when you go diving or deep sea diving or swimming in the reef, the coral reefs, this is reef safe. It's non-irritating and no synthetic fragrance, and it's vegan. So again, I have sensitive skin, can't have fragrance or fragrance, tomato. I can't have it in a lot of the products that I utilize because I'll break out. So I've been using this. It describes itself as a weightless, colorless, scentless, oil-free formula for face that leaves behind a velvety, soft finish. That is the word, velvety. This product is so velvety. It's like a cushion to my face, just as this water gel is. So I actually enjoy doing my skincare routine in the morning because it's so hydrating, it's cold, and I actually want to get like a little mini fridge because, or just put this in your refrigerator because it's cooler to the touch. And I don't know, especially on a hot summer day. I live in Los Angeles, so on a hot summer's day, I like being able to like put the cold spoon underneath my eyes or like put the cold lotion on my face. Hi Gwen, nice to see you. Nice to see you in the chat. Again, if this is your first time watching me, I go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hit that follow button. I'd appreciate a follow. I come to really talk about tech, but because of this magazine cover that my girls and I was on, I am doing a very special what I used to wear every day for my face demonstration, a live time for you. So what I have done is I have already cleanse my face with Cetaphil at this point, toner and Hydro Boost. Now this is the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. So I was just waiting for it to come down a little bit because I am like I've had this for at least 3 months now. So the product is like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you. See, it's like, that's all you kind of need, like that little dollop size. Okay. So I'm just going to put this on here. And what I do normally is I just dab in like the 4 areas of my face that I want the sunscreen. And then I'll just put this here. I'm like using the camera, my YOLO box and my Amazon thing as a monitor. But when I look at the Amazon Live replay stream, it's a lag. So I have to look at my YOLO box. All right, so this is all you needed was that because it's so velvety, it's soft, and it goes all over, and you can save product that way. So don't waste your product, because if you have extra, I would definitely put it on your neck, because that's kind of like the first sign of, you know, aging, right? Too, when you can see necklines or like your hands have lines. So I put the extra sunscreen on my neck, clavicles, because I love clavicles, and then I put it on the backs of my hands. So, all right, so now I have sunscreen on. And then I also, at this point, you can actually just go out the house like this if you're comfortable with it. So as long as you have the sunscreen on, this acts as a primer, so then you can add other things. So at this point, usually what I do now is, as long as my eyebrows are on, I feel like I'm usually pretty good. So thanks. Gwen says, nice posters. I'm like, yep, that's our magazine cover. And this is actually not a poster, it's a poster board, but this is poster, so it feels really, really nice. It's not as thick with 2 C's. All right, cool. So now what I do is I usually go in with the e.l.f. Precise Brow Pencil. I love this. And thank you, Richard. Richard just dropped the link to my Amazon shop, which I absolutely appreciate you for. That also reminds me I can do that as well. So this is my shop my gear. It's kind of funny because this is my gear as well. So if you ever wanted to shop my gear, for those of you tuning in on YouTube and Facebook, this is the page. This is also the page where you can find all my past live streams, and also watch my live streams as well. I think there'll hopefully be a better interface in the future for those of us who are just looking to watch the live stream, but right now it's like a long URL. So I've been accustomed to recreating a lot of my long links into short links, so they're very specific. But yeah, thank you, Richard. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna leave this here for a little bit because I wanna use this mirror now, but as you can see, it's quite dirty. So I'm gonna clean it because Puget Systems had this really cool chopski item at their booth when I was at NAB show this year. So I'm just gonna show you. This is the coolest thing ever. I don't know if I can buy it. I'm gonna have to reach out to my friends at Puget Systems, but this is a lens and glass cleaner, and everything's in there for you. So I know it's not on Amazon, but this is like one of my favorite toys. So I pull it out, and then in here is the actual lens cleaner, and this is the lens cleaner solution. It's so cute. I can just do all that stuff later, right? So what I do is I will just spray your phone screen or your mirror, and then I just get the lens cloth that's included, and I just wipe it down like that. Oh my gosh, look at how cool that is. Yes, it's so clean now. So there you go. Can you see yourself in this is the camera that I'm utilizing, the Lumix GH5. So that's cool. And then what I do is I'm able to just do that, pop this over like so, and then there. I can just throw that in my bag when I'm on the road traveling. But yeah, so now I have this mirror. So I'm gonna take off that link so you can see me a little bit better. All right, so when it comes to eyebrow pencils, for those of you who have been blessed with bushy, thick, dark eyebrows, bless you. Not everybody has that privilege, and especially I think for Asians, we don't really have thick eyebrows. So a lot of the times you fill it in with powder or wax, or I don't know, whatever you do it with. And I found that a lot of the times there's these pencils, you know, there's Anastasia, there's basically every single makeup brand has an eyebrow pencils, but I find that it ranges quite from $20 to $40 for a pencil, and if you use it every day like I do, that goes by really quick. And if you like pull it out a little too hard and then you accidentally apply too much pressure, then it breaks off and they're like, no, I just lost product. So what I've found is that, to me, like, there's certain things I'm willing to spend a lot more money on, like when it comes to like skincare, like putting things on your face, like, yeah, anything that touches your face, like, I do a lot more research and invest in that. But when it comes to adding color or other things or enhancements, right, I always try to find something that is comparable and also like doesn't break your bank for what it is, right? So for the eyebrow pencil, the one that I love actually is the ELF, which stands for eyes, lips, face. So I think it was really cool because that's what it stands for. But the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil is the one that I like. And I believe I get it in taupe. I think it says on here, oh, this is neutral brown. So there's different colors, right? So you want to get the color that's closer to kind of what you want. Sometimes I like to go darker on the outsides. And then sometimes I like to go like lighter on the inside, right? To have an ombre effect, because that's kind of how your eyebrows look like. But I use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and on one side there's a spoolie. So I'll usually start with doing like a spoolie just to like make sure all my hairs are kind of going up at the same time. It's been a while. I need to get my eyebrows threaded, to be honest. I can't get them waxed because I broke out with last time I went to get my eyebrows waxed a long time ago, like probably in high school, and it just never grew back the same. And I got like these red bumps all over my eyes. So if you're trying to do waxing for your eyebrows or anything on your face and you're going to be on camera, don't do it the same day that you're going to do it, because if you do get allergic reaction, it's not a fun look. I've been on camera for like over a decade now. I can't believe it. And it's funny to go back to all my YouTube videos, and sometimes I like, what was I wearing? What was I doing? Like, why did I do my makeup like that? But, you know, I put it up there because at the end of the day, it's a journey and it's me. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But yeah, so after I bring up all my eyebrow hairs, right? Oh, I got a mosquito bite. Then I go in with the other side, and it's like this wax color. So the thing I like about wax is that it's a little thicker, right? And it helps keep the hairs up a little bit. I usually just start finding the arc first, and then I'll just like short brushes. I don't know if you can see that because I'm like looking at this mirror on this side, but I'll just do short brushes that way. I still haven't really mastered this part, but like for instance, if I did that by accident, I'll just use my finger now and do that, because I have sunscreen on now, so I have a little leeway to like wipe things off. And then I'll go in on the other side as well, and then kind of start from the bottom so it's natural, and then follow the arc, and then yeah, then I'll lift it up. Okay. Oops. Can you all hear me? It says like I have no audio, but I know that I do. Yeah, I should be. Let me check my headphones. Hello? Yeah, I do. I have it. Okay, so that's what I did with the eyebrow pencil. I try not to put too much, but I will say, like, on fancier events, I like to make my eyebrows on the edges especially darker, because when you have flash photography, sometimes your eyebrows can disappear with the flash. So just to make sure it's absolutely there, I darken the outer corners. And just like, you know, an ombre of your hair, like you want it to be as natural as possible. I'm still trying to figure out this part, but oh, thank you, Heidi. Heidi says, I do hear you. I'm like, all right. Yeah, my YOLO box was tripping, I think. It said like, oh, the no audio just found, right? So I think for me, like, that's what I want to do. Sometimes I look down a little bit to just make sure that they're even. But I feel like I always run the risk of my face not being even, and I'm okay with that because it's more real to me. It's not too symmetrical. So I just like to brush it out after I put like a little wax and color on it. And then you could do, what I do too is I'll get like a angled shader brush. Let me show you. Like this, like so. And I'll put like a little bit of dark brown, not black, but dark brown. And then I'll just go on the outer edges of this and then just do that. So I can just fill it in with a nice fluff. So I just like dip it. So this allows you to like utilize your eyeshadows as well. Make sure it's not the sparkly one, because otherwise you'll have sparkly eyebrows, unless that's what you want to do. I mean, at the end of the day, makeup can also be an artistic expression. It's how you want to see yourself and project yourself to the world. So do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever makes you feel confident. But yeah, I like to do it like that. I don't like to give myself a huge arc, but yeah. So that's what I do for my eyebrows. And then, so right now, this is kind of like my everyday look again. So I'll have my lotion, which is the Neutrogena. I'll next go in with the Supergoop SPF 40 sunscreen and primer. And then now I don't even do a full foundation face anymore because I feel like it's so cakey. So what I do now is, this is not available on Amazon, but I did get targeted several times by this brand called Il Maquillage. It's the one where you take a quiz online and then they give you the perfect shade. So I will say the foundation that I got, which is this one, was a perfect shade, but I feel like I am getting darker, or actually lighter. Maybe it's because it's summertime, but I'm indoors so often doing content that I've actually become lighter than this shade. So it's a little weird that this is now too dark for me. But anyways, I had bought both the eye concealer as well as the foundation at the same time, so that's why I got both. But what I'll do at this point is I'll have like a little dark spots every now and then, and I just want to like make it even, right? I don't want to do my whole face. I just want to do the problem areas that I have, because as you can see, like I have like, you know, freckles, spots, you know, aging spots, you know, and so if I want to spot correct it, I don't need to do my whole face. I just will focus on like the areas that I personally feel is a problem area or something that I can like increase, right? If I'm going out to see the world or getting photos taken, which we go get photos taken out quite a bit. So this makes me feel a little bit more confident and comfortable when I'm interacting with people. Hi, Johnny, it's good to see you. Helen started following. Thank you so much, Helen. I appreciate you. Aw, that's so cool. All right, so here we go. So you can use any concealer too, but just because this one's not available on Amazon, obviously I'm just like showing you what I use. And if you have a different method, go for it. Like I wanna learn too, because I learned everything about makeup when I was a sophomore in college. And also I learned a lot from YouTube, like Michelle Phan. So before that, I always thought makeup was just these felt tip applicators, but I did musicals growing up. So the first introduction to makeup was my high school musical. I played the role of a princess, and you know, mind you, I'm a huge tomboy. Don't even know how it's like to walk in heels, right? And I'm given the role of the princess, and I have to wear this crazy makeup, and that's what I thought makeup was. And this makeup was like green and blue, and it had felt tip applicators, nothing like the brushes and the fun brushes you see now that I realized the art of blending is so important. But I didn't know that growing up. So I rarely wore makeup. And so now I feel like because I'm always on camera, I've had to learn. But now I'm also learning how to undo things that I felt like was too much makeup while being on camera. And I just am going for the straight essentials when I'm on camera or when I do these lives with you. So now I'll go in with my mirror and I'm just gonna like dab my concealer. And the concealer usually is like one shade, you know, lighter than your skin, because you're gonna be able to blend it. So I have like, you know, some dark spots, like some freckles. I probably look a little funny to you right now, but yeah, I usually try not to touch my forehead either. But, you know, and also like I like to brighten up like the edges of my face a little bit. So this is the product that I use. I use the Il Maquillage I'm Flawless Multi-Use Perfecting Concealer. So it's not just for your under eye. This is for problem areas, right? And then I'll go, instead of using my finger, because sometimes it'd be like dirty, right? I use, oh, here it is. I use just I use a brush from Bare Minerals that I got a long time ago, but it's like more of a foundation brush. And I'll just now go in and I will cover up my spots now. And I always try to go upwards because you don't want to drag your face down, but I will just like cover my spots. I don't know if you can see it, but it should look like a kind of a photoshopped version of my skin in certain areas just to cover like the dark spots, right? So I'll just do that. And then on this side, I'll just like dab certain areas that are like I have my aging spots or dark spots, and then I'll just do that. And then I always like to do like my nose bridge because when the light hits you on certain areas, it'll definitely wash out your problem areas, but I like to make sure I have some stuffs. Yeah, so I like this concealer because it covers just enough. As you can see, you can still see my spots, but that's a part of me. That's like my actual skin. But if anything, it just evens out my skin tone, which I really like. So I have, you know, sometimes I just use concealer instead of foundation. So it really just depends on how much coverage you want. But this is kind of what I do when I want to cover certain spots on my face. Right? Okay, so I did that. All right, what else now? Okay, so, and then I'll go in with the L'Oreal. Oh, this is my favorite mascara of all time. So on the show, on the podcast, Quincy mentioned that there was this one mascara on Amazon in Japanese writing that she absolutely loves because it works for her, and I'm gonna go get it because I've always wanted to try like what other people find as their holy grails, and it turns out that it's actually on Amazon. So let me just go really quickly to this one because it's in Japanese, but it actually has a name. It's Kiss Me Heroine Makeup, the mascara. It's the one I selected. It's in my carousel, so if you're watching and you're like, what was that mascara's name? Quincy gave me a direct link to that, so I'm gonna try that one next. And the great thing is it's on Amazon. I think it's only available on Amazon, so I'm gonna try that mascara because she said that's the best mascara she's ever tried. But before I try that one, this has been my favorite mascara. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Original. For my eyelashes specifically, I have very short eyelashes, and sometimes I'm like, I wish it can curl and stay. The only one I've found that's been able to do that, that's clump free, is this one. And it's the 5 times the, I guess the lash volume. So I did say in the podcast of how I do it, I'll get like a regular eyelash curler. Since it's metal, I will use a blow dryer on days that I want my eyelashes to lift a little bit more. So just be careful when you do this. But just like you curl your hair and it's a hot iron, if you want to curl your eyelashes, I get a blow dryer and I blow dry this part, right? And I get it nice and hot, but then you don't want to do it right to your eye in case it like burns it, because it's like when you go into your car after it's been in the sun for so long and then you have the touch of the seatbelt and you're like, oh my God, that's so hot. So yeah, please do not burn yourself. But I'll do this to like cool it down, and I'll do all of that. So right now it's not like burning at all, but if you really want like defined curl in your eyelashes, this is what I do. And then I'll just do that. And then you can see that my eyelashes lifted a little bit more. And then I'll just do it on the other side. And then, yeah. And then I'll use this Voluminous Original. Again, this has been my personal favorite mascara. And apparently you're supposed to, like with all makeup, switch it out every 6 months because especially when it comes to your eyes, it gets a lot of bacteria, right? Even if you don't like blow on it or anything, you're still putting whatever was on your eyelashes or in the outside environment back in this tube, and you're doing it again. So it's really important to clean your brushes and also just make sure you keep an eye out on the expiration of your makeup because makeup does expire. And I know there's like a tip too, like at the bottom there's a number, and if it says 6, that means it's 6 months, and you know, if there's other things, then you do that. But I'll just put this on. I messed up a little bit. I have like a little dot thingy there, so when I do that, I usually just get a fluffy brush and just wiggle it out. Just get a fluffy blush and wiggle it out. Or I just get a Q-tip. I use Q-tips for like to clean up any like bad edges and stuff like that. So that's what I'll do. Okay, and then I'm almost done. Thanks, Richard. Richard's always so great. He's like, click the follow button and then join the chat. Because yeah, if you follow and if you are watching this, that means, and you're signed in, you can actually join the chat below. And it's really cool because everybody's really, really nice here. So that's the L'Oreal, my favorite one. And the last thing I will do, okay, 2 things. For lip balm, again, very sensitive skin. I broke out on EOS one time, you know, those little egg looking ones. I used it one time, but my whole face broke out. And I was a server at that time because, you know, being in LA, doing the whole acting thing, I was a waitress, and I remember breaking out so bad that I couldn't wear makeup. My doctor said, do not wear any makeup because we got to figure out what's going on with your skin. So I completely flared up. And I also tried the Dior. I was told to try the Dior foundation, but it has so much fragrance in there too. It's not, that smell I think just really set me off. So it's a combination of those 2 products that I think really set me off. So from now on, I really just stick to the products that I know that are good for my skin, that won't flare up, doesn't have fragrance in it. And so when it comes to lip balm, the one that I use is just Aquaphor. And it's really nice because the Aquaphor on Amazon is actually cheaper than the one at CVS. And this one's a 2-pack as well. I think at CVS, these are like $7, but right now it's $4.99 and you get 2 in one, and they last a long time. So also, like, the first thing I do is I'll just use this little tube, use my ring finger again, and then I'll just dab it on my lip. And, you know, I'm pretty basic when it comes to this stuff, but this helps me alleviate any dryness of my lips and makes it nice and soft. And if you wanted to add a color to it, I kind of mix the 2. Because this at least moisturizes my lips, and then I put like a little color in it, and I'll dab it and mix it together. Or if you have like a very, very harsh color and you want to like lighten it up a little bit, I just put a little bit on here and do that. Hi, Nikki. She goes, hi, sis. What's up, Nikki? It's good to see you in here. So yeah, I did that. And then the last thing that I do to set everything in, so Jesse and I both agreed that we utilize the Laura Mercier, is that how you pronounce it? Laura Mercier, translucent powder. And this is, I've had this for years though, because this powder is dry. You don't need a lot. And so this has lasted me a long time, but this is like, to me, like a very premium version of setting powder. So again, I put sunscreen on, I put moisturizer on, like those are very shiny in general, even though the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen is very much oil free. Sometimes you can't help that there's like some shine, and especially when you're on camera and I have lights bouncing off my skin, you can see a lot of shininess, right? So to tone it down, so you don't have to get translucent powder just for your makeup, but it also serves great for when you're on camera. Men can use this too. Like if you risk being like really oily or shiny, this actually allows you to take down the shine. So there's only so much blotting paper or maybe paper towels will do when you're like shiny and you need to be on camera or you're at a photo shoot. So we always keep this on hand as like a backup. So what I do is with the Laura Mercier, looks like that. I'm trying not to spill it all over my keyboard. And then I'll just tap it, tap, 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 so I can get like this much in here. Okay, and I get a giant big fluffy brush like so, and I'll just like swirl and tap, and then I just have like a little powder on it, right? And I just like go in with the forehead, because that's usually where the shiniest, and then like over here, just to like, and especially because I just put Aquaphor on, so it's like shiny too, right? So it looks greasy. So I'll just put this all over my face. Again, I didn't use a lot of product at all. Feel free to use more if you need, but you don't want it to be cakey, right? You want to feel like you have natural looking skin, like the whole like makeup not looking like you wearing makeup. So this has helped a lot. And so if you're on photo shoots, I always get told to bring these on set, and I usually get the client to pay for it. But, you know, just get a giant fluffy brush, some translucent powder. You can get a travel version too, but I've had this Laura Mercier translucent powder for so long. It's like worth the investment because I haven't had to get a new one in a long time. But this also sets my makeup while also reducing the amount of shine. And so when you're on set and you are with a whole bunch of studio lights, it's really nice to have like a fluffy like brush at the end of the day too. I mean, it's really nice on the face too, but this will help you reduce the shine. So ladies and gents, if you're looking to reduce the shine on camera or off camera, this is like a holy grail product. But yeah, that's what I use as my everyday makeup. This is what the finished look is. Thank you for seeing me from start to finish of how I do my everyday basic makeup. But yeah, wow, I finished in time. Like I usually go from 7 to 8 every Tuesday, so I was able to finish it in time. But normally when I'm not talking or explaining, I could do that whole routine in 5 minutes. So that's my quick 5-minute makeup, and also it's kind of been my everyday kind of makeup, to be honest. Even on camera, I think sometimes I put on a little too much, and so I'm liking the whole all natural as much as possible look. What do you think? So if you're looking to get all those products that I utilize, again, I have very sensitive skin. I have a combination skin. I can't really have fragrance. So all these products I would highly 10 out of 10 recommend. Again, it's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel, the Unseen Sunscreen by Supergoop. I have my the e.l.f. pen. Like most eyebrow pencils are $20 to $40, especially if you get really branded names ones. But the one that I use is only $6. And the great thing is not only can you get it on Amazon, you can go to CVS, Walgreens, Target. They will carry this brand, so you never have to worry about, oh man, I have to get this one specifically. But they all do have different colors. I use a neutral brown, but I feel like even it's kind of light. So sometimes I usually buy 2 different colors and figure out which one is better. But like, you know, certain days I'll be like, I feel like a little darker today, and I want to get you know, the darker brown. But then I'm like, well, some days I'm actually lighter and I don't want to have too much dark eyebrows, so I'll go with a taupe that's even like lighter and more light brown. So you just got to go with what goes with your skin tone. But I would get more of these so I can just throw them in my car or my pen or like my purse, because at the end of the day, for me, if you listen to the podcast, is as long as I feel like I have my eyebrows on, I feel like when I like smile and stuff, you can see my expressions, because they say, you know, the eyebrows are the frames to your eyes. So if you don't have them framed, things can look different, right? So for me, that's been my biggest, like, I wouldn't say concern or issue, but it's a thing that to me, as long as I have my eyebrows on, I'm good. And oh my God, I can't believe I addressed one of my biggest insecurities about my face, like on camera, live time, bare face and all, and showed you the entire process of my makeup routine. I hope you found that really inspiring to be comfortable in your skin and do what makes you happy, it makes you feel comfortable in your skin. But I really appreciate you for tuning in as this stream is now over because it's 8 p.m. Again, if it's your first time here, I would appreciate a follow. It's free, and you'll also get notifications when I go live. But in case you don't want to get notified, I do go live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Feel free to follow me on my YouTube channel, TechNicki Speaking, as well. And my Facebook page. My Facebook page is fun too. So not only am I doing live streams on Amazon, I also go live at the same time on YouTube and Facebook. So feel free to follow me everywhere. I'd appreciate it. But most definitely, please follow me on Amazon, and I'll see you all next Tuesday. And tune in to Messy Sexy Me. Again, this whole episode happened because of our podcast that released this morning, which we talked about our beauty must-haves, these beautiful ladies and I are part of the podcast Messy Sexy Me. We talk about love, life, relationships, and everything in between. So we appreciate a follow, and you can listen to us on all major podcast platforms as well. That includes Amazon Music, Google, Spotify, Apple, all the such. And if not, messysexyme.com. But yeah, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. It was great seeing everybody. Oh, Nelson, hi. So good to see you. Yay. Awesome. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Nelson. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Nikki. And to all the new people who follow. Oh, I just realized I skipped one. Adians. But yeah. Thank you so much for following. I really, really appreciate you all. Yes, and have a great night. I'm going to treat myself now, okay? I went grocery shopping for the first time in like 2 weeks, so I'm going to make tacos. Taco Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yes. Okay, I'm making tacos. That's that. I have decided. Okay, signing off now so I can make tacos. I'll see you on my personal Instagram if you want to see what kind of tacos I'm making. Nicki Sun, at Nicki Sun, Nickisun. All right, you guys, have a good one. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.